Boop.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Whoop, there it is.
It says 3 viewers waiting.
That's enough.
That's good. Cool. It says we are live. Just waiting for the camera to pop up on there.
I'm happy I got some apple juice and some milk here.
Well, that's good.
Gotta hydrate.
You've got a variety of things there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it says we are on. We'll just give people some time
Oop.
to get into the chat.
Yes. Woo.
To creep on in there. Oh, Miss Connie Cleary. She's the first one.
We love
Hello,
us some
Miss Connie.
We love us some Connie Cleary.
And Jennifer Delaney, girl power over there. Some
Whoop, whoop.
some ghouls watching us.
I'm good with girl power. I like that. Ghoul power.
Ghoul power, girl power.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies. Nice to see you. So yeah, we're gonna just give it a few minutes. There's
Yep,
Mickey
let
Bobby. There's
on
Marty.
in.
Hey there, Marty.
Oh, Marty's here. Okay, cool.
Marty's joining in. Okay, Albert's here.
Well,
Hello,
then
Mr.
now
Albert.
we got a party. We got Albert in the house.
Yeah, now the show can
Now the
start.
party. Where's all the? Yeah. That dude brings it.
Very cool.
Look, I like that it's kind of cool out now because I don't have to use this as much.
Yeah. Now we're running a heater in here.
Yeah, that's all about
The
you.
Erie Cinematary can get very
Whew.
cold, like an attic or something. Or a
Yeah,
basement.
because it's made out of stone, you know.
Yeah, all the stones.
All the
and
masonry, but
the masonry.
yeah. But in
and-
the summertime, it gets really hot in here. so
Yes.
It just captures whatever's going on outside, you know, and it amplifies it.
There's Greg and Raymond and
Woo.
Toy Painter 1.
All the cool
Michael
people.
Walker says happy holidays to you and yours. Thank you,
Happy
Michael.
holidays. We got the set decorated a little bit here.
Yeah,
you know.
we're a little festive here.
We're gonna
There's
add more to it, right?
Thea and Janine. Hello there, ladies. Or I'm not sure.
How you identify?
Yes, however you identify.
So you gotta. You don't know.
No, it's all good. Whatever.
No, we're not even saying anything.
Yeah,
We just.
it's
yeah.
all good.
So I mean, you have to make that assumption. Yeah, I know. I catch myself all the time because you know,
Yeah.
and we're you know obviously, mad respect to everyone's wishes. I mean, that's all you
Yeah.
want to do is make people feel comfortable out there.
Yeah,
Not say anything about. I don't know what's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No
yeah.
big deal. Whoever people want to be.
I mean, I identify as Jason Momoa. Just saying.
Well, you're Grimgory.
Oh,
You're Grimgory to us.
rats.
Okay. So we've got our holiday specials coming
Wow.
up
Well,
next week.
Did you welcome everybody? Did we even introduce what
We're
doing?
gonna welcome
Okay.
everyone. We're gonna get started.
Wow.
I was just saying, you know, we've got that coming up
Yeah.
next week, and then there's some holidays. Like Hanukkah starts Sunday,
Yes, it does.
and
Kwanzaa,
starts the day after Christmas. So a lot of wonderful holidays.
and you know, so many. I mean, there's so many we're not
Yule.
probably even aware
I think
of.
Yule starts during winter solstice.
Yule Gibbons?
For the people that celebrate Yule.
I don't even know that was I thought that was just a term for the holidays.
It's the solstice, I think.
Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah.
Wiccan-y thing.
Yeah, that's like a
okay.
Wiccan thing.
That's cool.
All right, well, gang, let's introduce ourselves.
Hey, what's buzzing, cousins? I'm Grimgory.
And I'm Janet Decay.
And together we be hosting the
Mummy
Mummy
and
and
the
the
Monkeys,
Monkeys,
Harry Scary
Hangover.
Hangover.
Ah, ooh, well, you know. It's a little early for a hangover, but who knows what you've been up to today? I don't know. It's Friday, so you never know. So,
Yeah.
whatever state you're in, welcome to our show.
This is our after show chat show.
Yes, that's what it really refers to.
And the theme for tonight, so
Post show.
let's back it up a little bit, because last week we talked about Saturday morning cartoons. And that was like a real hit. People seem to really enjoy
Yes, they did.
that discussion.
Reminiscing about the stuff that they watched as kids. We even had one guy storm out of the chat room going, "You're not talking about the cartoons I liked." So he was out of here. So, you know, if anyone out there, if we're not talking about something that you want to talk about, just let us know. We'll talk about it. It's really that simple here.
Right. So this time, yeah, we're going to talk about like Christmas TV specials, holiday TV specials,
Yes.
maybe those like made-for-TV movies, or, you know, any holiday movie that you like, dislike, maybe you have fond memories of watching.
Yep.
I'm going to read a few comments,
Please
and then
do.
if you want to like start that conversation,
Wow.
Grim,
Well, I'll tell you what.
if you have some memories you want to share.
As a wee ape, you know, we always look forward to.
Thea uses she and her. Okay, thank you, Miss Thea.
Okay, so for me personally, it would be probably I'd have to say, and I know it's probably, you know, the common thing to say, but because if you grew up in the United States, this is what you watch. But when they would put the Rankin-Bass Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yes, and it's funny because when you were saying that, it looks like Thea typed that.
Yes.
Rankin-Bass for the win, she put.
Those were the ones. The puppets, man,
Yeah.
the way they moved, the way, the music, it was just enough, schmaltzy stuff. Now, but the interesting, so probably the number one Christmas special amongst most people in America, kids in America that grew up in the 60s and 70s and 80s,
Yes.
would probably Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, okay? Probably followed by the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Oh, I love the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
It's another thing. But
all those are wonderful.
But the interesting thing is, as you evolve as an adult, you go back and you watch it with different eyes. These specials, and I can take them. I'll just hone on these two. So Rudolph, right, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin-Bass version.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
As you get old, you watch it as a kid, and you sit there and you get into the whole thing, and you're absorbed by all of the puppet, the weird movements of the puppets and the songs. But as you get older, you realize something. That Santa is a dick. He is really
mean in those, isn't he?
I clearly remember.
Yeah, he's kind of mean in that.
Watching that after I haven't watched it for a long time
Yeah.
as a younger adult. And going, what is this guy's issue? And then I was...
You're making people laugh.
And then but it was like weird because it was totally I was vindicated later on as I saw more comments coming in, randomly when I would read about stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's official. He was
really mean, yeah.
It's like, in the
I think he got nicer later. Maybe he was just being crazy.
So Gene Autry wrote the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? A classic song.
Yes.
Everyone knows Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's what they based the
Hold that thought,
show on.
Grim.
Yeah.
Raymond, thank you for the $20 super chat. He says, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Raymond. Awesome.
Nowhere in the Gene Autry song did it mention that Santa, didn't like Rudolph. It's almost weird now when you watch that special because I can't have you. He's like, and Dad's like, put that rubber nose on because you're embarrassing me. Everyone's ashamed of him. It's like, and I know
Rudolph.
actually, but that whole special was about, hey, it's like a Lady Gaga moment. Baby, I was born this way.
Yeah, he was born.
It's supposed
with
to
his red
embrace
nose.
your differences,
It's
right?
supposed to be, it's okay to be different.
But
that was the whole moral of the story.
But it was a douche move because he was like, I don't want to know what that is. Oh, I can't see anything. Get that red nose. It's like, oh, now you need it.
Now all of a sudden he cares.
And never apologized.
Yeah.
And Rudolph was like, whatever you want, Santa. And it's funny because whenever she gets a cold, I make her say, I think she thinks I'm cute.
She thinks I'm cute.
She thinks I'm cute. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No.
If you've seen it, you'll know.
But that's it's funny because again, kids that's the difference between children and kids. The way they see everything and everything's accepting as a kid. Kids don't know any of that stuff and any of the hang-ups that adults have. They soak it all in. They take it personally. But when you watch these things as an adult, man, it's so weird. And just like the Charlie Brown. So Charlie Brown is a kid.
It's like you're watching it through a different lens.
Yes.
Because when you see it as a kid, you may not pick up on things like that. But then when you watch it later, it's like, oh.
And so
he was,
he was a total
you notice things.
D-bag and only needed Rudolph. He used Rudolph. And hopefully Rudolph got better compensation, good benefits. I don't know what he worked out with Santa.
Maybe
ultimately.
Rudolph sued him later. Or something.
Maybe. Took him to court, people's court. Who knows what happened.
For red nose discrimination.
You shift gears to like the Charlie Brown Christmas special. And anything Charlie Brown. Who knew that Charles Schulz had...
I love Charlie Brown.
It made total sense later on as I got older and I read about the stuff that I loved. As a child, you watched Charlie Brown stuff in one lens, in the child lens, what is what it is. Mm-hmm. Not understanding a lot of stuff Linus is talking about because if you do some, research and you read about Charles Schulz, he had a lot of issues. And that's why Lucy had like she had a psychiatrist stand.
Oh, yes.
For a nickel.
Yep.
You sit
Psychiatric help 5 cents.
What kid? But you.
It was definitely like whatever was going on in his adult life, he projected it onto
his characters.
And
it was that was his outlet.
Meant to be children, but it was definitely.
But it was still
like not all kids are gonna get those jokes.
But it was very entertaining.
It was wonderful and charming.
But very deeper than you knew.
Yeah, because Charlie Brown, you know, he had his own inner stuff going on, and the other kids were kind of mean to him.
And I remember hearing Linus as a kid, you know, when I was watching the shows, venting and talking about how Christmas is commercialized. I didn't understand. I thought that meant that commercials on TV. Yes and no, but
right.
then I realized as an adult what that all means. And only an adult would understand that a kid doesn't really get all that.
Right,
you know,
right.
not 100%. But there's a lot of depth to these things. I think that's why they still stand the test of time. And the weird thing about those specials now is that it's a big news story that CBS or whoever isn't showing the Charlie Brown Christmas
big networks.
special.
Yeah, the big TV networks aren't showing the Charlie Brown holiday specials anymore.
So
because they used to play like the Great Pumpkin, they used to play the Christmas one.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because there was even like a Thanksgiving one.
Yeah.
An Easter special.
Oh my gosh, they had Charlie Brown had a New Year's special. They had everything.
Yeah, they had one for pretty much every holiday.
So now I'm like, well, buy the damn DVD and you don't have to worry about it. You can watch it whenever you want.
It's funny you say that because I just read, there's a ton of comments, so we need to pay attention.
Let's go to that, yeah. I know I'm opening up.
The viewers here. Thea says, I had to buy the DVDs because the Peanut specials aren't on broadcast anymore. Right. So there's your point, Grim. They're just,
but it's a news story. It's like they go, guess what's not happening?
Well, it was last year, I think.
No, last bunch of years.
Well, maybe the past couple years.
Yeah.
It was a recent thing that
they made that 6
decision.
Years,
yeah.
Because Apple bought the rights to it or something.
I think so. There was a half-hour animated version of A Christmas Carol that aired in 1971 and 72.
Ooh.
That featured Alistair
Cooper.
Sim.
Alistair Sim, yeah.
Alistair Sim, who reprised his role as Scrooge from the 1951 movie.
Great movie.
You could find it on YouTube, says Gary. Wow.
Fantastic movie.
So there were like half-hour versions.
The Alistair Sim Scrooge is one of my favorite Scrooges, yep. And I have to make a confession here in a little bit about it.
And Albert says PBS was able to play them for a few years, but then Apple TV bought the rights or something.
I remember because they would say,
so it was on PBS.
Yep, they said the networks won't show them, but PBS can show it. It was like some rights thing. But again, I mean, I own all those on. They released a whole Rankin-Bass like disc set a bunch of years ago. It's cheap. You could probably still get it for like $20, I think, or cheaper.
Yeah.
Get the DVDs, get the physical media. Screw the networks if they don't want to show it or they can't, whatever. You can always. It doesn't have the commercials, which is neat. But we even find videotapes that people taped back in the day with all that on it. So
okay, Greg goes, does anyone remember the Christmas Is specials? At the end, they gave you an address to get free stickers.
No.
No, that I don't remember.
Christmas Is?
Christmas Is.
No.
Yeah, let's see what else is here. MeTV has had the Peanut stuff this past month, says Portal.
Yeah,
so,
it's a rights thing,
MeTV is playing it
Yeah,
now.
So but you know, But you know, they even did it with the Halloween stuff with the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. They even had that to where it wasn't going to be on network TV.
Yeah, and James Muscarella says Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol.
With Razzle.
Oh, I like Mr. Magoo. Sorry, go ahead.
With razzleberry dressing. He knows what I'm talking about. Yes, I have that. I can't wait to watch it because I have not watched that one. That was one of my favorite ones. And the little tiny Tim kid was obsessed with razzleberry dressing.
Whatever that is. Have you ever had, what's razzleberry dressing?
No, have you seen the Magoo special?
Forever ago.
It's so good. It's funny. I love Mr. Magoo. He talks to a lamppost like it's a person. So funny stuff.
Oh, yeah. It kind of annoyed me, though, like watching Mr. Magoo, because even though I like the cartoons, I'm like, I'm thinking, please, someone get that guy some damn glasses.
Oh, I say, dear boy, look at you. Like, you've lost a lot of weight.
Like, someone get him some glasses.
It was the best. The nearsighted thing is fine.
Like, this poor guy's walking around blind and no one's helping him.
Look, I found a bunch of hot dogs. Those are dynamite sticks. What?
Yeah.
That was how he handed it out. But
I did like him, but it was like, after a while, I'm like, help Mr. Magoo out. I feel bad for him.
Quick confession. One of my favorite holiday movies is the original Natalie Wood, Miracle on 34th Street, right?
Oh, that's a wonderful movie.
I love that movie. There's so many cool little subtle things. I've loved it as a kid. Now, back in the 70s, maybe even back to the 60s and stuff like that, the two big movies were Miracle on 34th and It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
I have to admit, and I don't know why, I have never watched It's a Wonderful Life. Boom, bombshell.
I've seen both. They're both good movies.
I have. My mom. Okay, so MummyAndMonkey was watching it just not too long ago. I walked into her room and it was on. I didn't know what it was. I'm
Oh,
telling
you didn't recognize it because you never saw it.
I don't think I may have watched it as a wee ape, but Miracle on 34th Street I've watched, and every moment stuck with me. I love that movie.
Okay.
But if I did see It's a Wonderful, I don't remember it, but I'm going to watch it for sure.
Oh, Greg says, I have never seen It's a Wonderful Life either.
See, I'm not the only one.
And other people, like James Mascarella, sounds like he has seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, I'd say it's probably even more popular than Miracle on 34th. If they're not
Albert
the same.
says, yes, Miracle on 34th Street is good. He
It's
likes
such
that.
a good movie. Natalie Wood is perfect in that movie. She's the carbon copy of her mom, who's disgruntled with men because she had a bad relationship, and
the mom is divorced or something.
Yes, right. And all men are bad.
And maybe
She wasn't very trusting, and the little girl taken after her mom
is picking up on
that.
that.
So cute.
Yeah.
And she's like a 30-year-old, 5-year-old, or 10-year-old, whatever she is.
Yeah. She's very skeptical.
Everything is very practical. Oh, we get 10% off at Macy's. Everything. It's like the script is. 5 minutes of that movie is better than the whole movie of Zontar. I mean,
it's a good movie. It's very good.
Scripts are important, okay? So, yeah, it's a very good movie, and it's charming. The guy that plays Santa Claus is amazing. I mean, there's so many good bits that when you watch it for the first time, for me, I never forgot it. I love every inch of that movie. It has the best, and you still don't even really know whether the guy was Santa Claus or not. He might be, he might not be. It's done perfectly.
Wiki Bobby says, I love all 4 versions of Miracle on 34th Street. There was a TV version, and then there was I guess a remake. Wasn't there
There's
a
a bunch of them.
version?
There was even one with Dylan McDermott from The Practice. That was that big Chuck and Little John show that they had on their show.
Okay.
In the mid 2000s, right before it was like one of their last shows too, in the final year or two. But there's been lots of remakes of that movie. But it's a timeless tale. But I don't think anyone's ever made It's a Wonderful Life remade that. But I will watch it this year. I'm gonna watch it. Right after Die Hard, I'll watch it.
Gary says It's a Wonderful Life has a Twilight Zone feel
yes,
to it.
Yes, it does. I know about Clarence, and I understand the angel thing. And it was like, if I killed, the gist of the story is the guy that I guess grew up and everything was hunky dory, but he ran into some, which I don't know what he ran into.
Well, I don't want to. Yeah.
But he wanted to jump off a bridge, and this angel saved him, and it was like, this is what if you would have died, this is what. It's almost like A Christmas Carol, which I love that. The Charles Dickens.
That's
story.
I love Christmas
Freaking
Carol.
timeless.
I love that story. I love that
the Disney version's great.
I love
right?
that A Christmas Carol is very popular for Christmas time, and it's a ghost story. I love that it's a ghost story that gets rich, this greedy rich guy to be less greedy.
Yeah.
To be more kind.
To think about what his life would have been with and without.
But it took ghosts to get him to actually.
Yes, he was haunted.
Have a change of heart
by his past, present, and future. Interesting.
Okay, so there's more. There's a ton of comments.
Come on, read, please. We got to get more interactive with the show.
I have an all-metal tinsel Christmas tree. If I touch it with the lights on, I get shocked. Ooh, be careful with that.
Yeah. Don't put your tongue on that.
Anyone remember American Christmas Carol with Henry Winkler?
Winkler, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen that one, but now I need to look it up.
I said we should get our piece of paper and write these things down and look them up.
We should. We totally should. Scrooged is good, says Draugr.
But I think but Henry Winkler plays Scrooge, like he's like all old and everything, the makeup.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Yep.
I've heard of it. I just.
Yeah.
Well,
it's Henry Winkler plays Scrooge, so it's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking.
There's
the so many out there.
Hey.
Okay, and then there was Scrooged with what's
Bill
his
Murray.
name? Bill Murray.
Great movie. I have not seen that forever, but it's a very good movie. But I saw it when it came out at the movie theater.
Did you guys get a new camera? It looks rather fuzzy and a bit darker than usual, says Virtual Vicky.
It might be depending. We got compliments on someone else that it looks good on their TV, so who knows?
Yeah, we did get a new camera a few weeks ago, but maybe the settings aren't so good.
We're working on it.
We're trying to perfect the settings on here.
But thanks for letting us know that, because we'll look into it.
And we did get an extension cord, so it's sitting farther back. I think last week we were sitting up closer, although I could move this closer now.
You could.
Maybe it would be less blurry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't do it. It'll cause problems.
Okay.
We'll deal.
Randall says, "Come on, people, let's hit the like button."
There you go, Randall. Thanks, brother. Hey, that's our Randall?
It's I think that's that's Randall.
Okay.
And
buddy
yeah,
Randall?
that'd be great. So there's 50 viewers right now.
All right.
And only 20 likes.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, but that's not going to stop me from yapping.
No, we could still talk about. So the Elf Christmas special.
Hey, Willie.
The Beverly Hillbillies Christmas special. I saw that on YouTube recently.
What about the Garfield Christmas?
The
That's your
Garfield
favorite.
Christmas special. Well, no, the Halloween special is my favorite.
Oh, okay, that's right. Not that. Yeah, that's right.
But the Christmas one is cute too.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
That one's good.
James Muscarella says Jack Frost with Michael Keaton.
Wow, that's the snowman guy.
That's the killer snowman.
No.
Jack Frost, right?
There's two different ones.
Oh, there are.
The Michael Keaton one, he gets turned to a snowman, but he doesn't kill anybody.
Oh, I'm thinking of the killer snowman.
Not that one. No.
Wasn't that also called Jack Frost?
I think so, but it's still a snowman, right?
He's a killer snowman.
I understand. Yeah, but
and they made like 2 or 3 of them.
So some Christmas movies, specials, whatever you want to call them, that I don't really care for is the Santa Claus with Tim, the cocaine. What was his name?
From Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Tim, what's that guy's name? That actor's name.
I never really cared about that. I know it did well.
I thought that movie was cute. I liked
Home Alone. That's a Christmas special.
Home Alone is a wonderful movie. That takes place around Christmas time.
Are we bleeding over into like what's a Christmas movie, what's not a Christmas movie, or is that a different subject?
Yeah, well, we could talk about that too.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
because
we could talk about that too.
That is a hot topic. You know, it has been since the interwebs woke up, probably about less than 10 years ago. Because, Die Hard. Everyone's like debate, is that a Christmas movie?
Oh, yeah, because a lot of people think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I guess
if a movie takes place during Christmas, but is not about celebrating Christmas.
It's such a cult movie now. Sure, it could be a Christmas movie. Whatever.
I watch it every year for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I love the memes like it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from the top of Nakatomi Plaza. Kind of like the crystal ball, the ball drop for New Year's Eve.
Draugr says Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I agree. And I got it. Oh, let me grab something real quick.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I could probably show this next week, but I feel like showing it now. Ugh. I found... I'll be right back.
Yep. Lois says Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and it's about the only one worth watching, in my honest opinion. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are agreeing. Mr. Bean's Christmas special is awesome, says Denise. I don't think I've seen the Mr. Bean's Christmas special.
Ooh,
but Virtual Vicky, I have seen the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special.
We just watched it last night.
And yeah, it's actually on Tubi. I think I have the DVD here somewhere, but I saw it was on Tubi and watched it, and yeah, it was
hold
cute.
The Bumble.
I got the Bumble.
You know what Bumbles do?
Bumbles bounce.
That's right. You can.
I got the Bumble.
Now, the funniest thing I've seen
cool.
in a long, long time was a picture somebody superimposed a picture of Vince Neil from Motley Crue. Love you, brother. But what he looks like now in the place of the Bumble in front of like Yukon Cornelius is pretty funny. But look, I found this piece of greatness at a thrift store not too long ago. It's a Die Hard Christmas plush. It's got John McClane right there, and then it's got the book with Hans Gruber. You can break the code, can't you?
That's funny.
I mean, how great is that? I found this at the thrift store. I'm like, this is something I'm keeping for the rest of my life.
That is really funny.
It's in front of our Christmas tree now. I love it.
Lois says, ooh, I want that.
It is damn cool.
Vicky says, I got the He-Man special DVD at a dollar store. Weirdest Christmas special ever, unless you count the Elf special. That thing was dark.
And no one's ever mentioned the Star Wars Christmas special yet.
The Star Wars Christmas special.
We have the Riff Tracks version on Q. We're going to have to watch that.
We need to watch that.
So yeah, Riff Tracks, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys, they put together a riff session on the Star Wars Christmas special, which I can't wait to watch.
He's fuzzy like Louie.
He's great.
Yeah, he's great.
I've had this Bumble for years. He's probably worth a good amount of money.
Yeah, I think he's collectible.
Very much so.
But he's not.
We have
he's
the
not
star
for sale.
too. No.
This is part of our.
I've had
collection.
him for years. He's probably close to 20 years old.
Chewbacca's family is creepy, says
It's
Thea.
the weirdest thing. Probably weird in a good way. I mean, Lucas had the good 3 movies and then blew it. But as bad as that special gets panned, it's probably better than some of the movies that have been released.
Probably.
But if you want to do a movie deal, Lucas, we love you. So forget what I said.
Wiki Bobby says, I did not like the other Rudolph Christmas cartoons.
They're not good.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just stick with the Christmas one. That's all you need. You don't
Pretty
need
much.
You don't need the other ones, whatever that is.
Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas and Halloween movie, says Connie Cleary. Yeah, it is a Christmas and a Halloween movie. It's it's a little bit of everything though.
I saw that when it came out and it didn't stick with me.
I like it.
I know who they are, but it's just not my thing.
I liked it.
I like Edward Gorey stuff better. Sorry.
I know, but he didn't make a Christmas special. He didn't make
He kind of did.
movie. He just made some books that inspired
Inspired the
Tim Burton to make everything.
Yeah, but he gets all the credit for it.
And then there's a lot of artists that are inspired by Tim Burton's art, but Tim Burton's art was actually inspired by Edward Gorey.
Please look that up.
And Edward Gorey was inspired by, I think, some Victorian art.
Oh, sure. Oh, probably.
Yeah. And he did a lot of Victorian themed,
probably
goth stuff.
Audrey Beardsley, I would imagine, probably inspired him. But check out, like she said, Edward Gorey. Gorey, right?
Gorey, Edward Gorey. And he liked cats. He had a lot of cats.
If you Google that, you go, what's all this Tim Burton art doing? No. That's Edward Gorey's artwork.
Edward Gorey, yep.
Just saying.
Anyways, there's our little rant about that. He did the opening animation for Mystery.
He did.
He did.
The PBS show.
The
that
PBS
is true.
show.
With the gravestones and everything. Oh, God, yeah. And so many books. I remember reading the book as a kid, The House with the Clock in Its Walls. They made a movie of that. I think Jack Black's in it.
I never saw it.
But the book, I remember, I love all the way he just drew people was very strange.
Yeah.
Love his stuff so much.
Connie, Santa Claus versus the Devil. Yeah, that one's just called Santa Claus.
We did show that on our Facebook version of our show.
When we were on Facebook, we were able to show it on there.
It's probably still in our archives.
But when I tried to put it into YouTube, it was like, no way. They removed it.
And we just looked it up recently. It's like when you upload it, kills it, right?
They removed it. They removed it. So even though it's listed everywhere online as being in the public domain, I think another company bought it recently.
It's too cool of a movie.
And it's too cool of a movie where it's real popular. Everyone wants to show it.
We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun movie. It's from the late 50s. It's a Mexican Santa movie.
And for some reason, he's fighting the devil.
And he's fighting the devil. Well, it's like teaching kids to be good and don't listen and don't.
No, Lupita.
Yes, no, Lupita.
But it
Little
doesn't stop there.
Lupita's so cute.
Santa's workshop and where he lives in the clouds is the most bizarre acid trip of a movie.
Oh yeah,
ever
he's
see.
Up in the clouds and he's
But
got
those
the
machines
weird telescope
It
thing.
rivals Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah,
but cool.
before Pee-wee's Playhouse, there was Santa's Workshop in the Santa Claus movie. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor.
Yeah, and then the guy who plays the devil, he's running around in red spandex and
with red face paint. You know.
The face paint's kind of weird.
Yeah, he's the typical devil.
Yeah.
And they're trying to tempt a little girl named Lupita.
He's trying to convince her to steal a toy and.
You got to see this movie.
Oh, and then there's that weird dance scene where they're dancing with the dolls. No, Lupita is dancing with the giant dolls.
Oh my God, it's so surreal.
And the dolls are really creepy.
They look like something out of Pink Floyd, right?
Yeah,
the Wall.
It's really bizarre.
It looks like something from The Wall. It sounds like we're making this up, but go find the Mexican movie Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Not the Tim.
I think 1959 is when it came
out.
out.
Or maybe 60s. Was it that late?
I think it's 59.
Wow.
And Riff Tracks did a wonderful version of it.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor if you haven't looked up any Riff Tracks or Mystery Science Theater.
I think that might be on Tubi also.
Yeah, please look those up. They might be free to watch on Tubi or YouTube, so you'll have a good time with that.
Okay, Christmas Vacation, says Connie Cleary. I love Christmas Vacation.
Can't go wrong with that.
That's a wonderful movie. My pin,
favorite,
I have a pin on, and it stabbed me in the thumb.
My favorite part of that movie, I think, was Clark's meltdown with the bonus check.
Yes.
So great.
Oh, and the cat with
the tree.
The cat in the tree, or the squirrel in the tree.
It's a squirrel, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, the cat.
At the end.
The cat got fried from chewing on the wires.
Yes, and then the squirrel's in the tree.
And then the squirrel was in the tree.
Yeah. Chevy Chase.
Oh, it's so funny.
That was like the last era of slapstick comedians.
Slapstick comedy.
Yeah, maybe Will Ferrell and Jim Carrey still kind of carry that, but there's really not a lot of that out there. It's a dying art.
Let's see.
What else is going on? There's definitely not.
Ghostbusters 2 takes place between Christmas and New Year's Eve, says Gary Smith.
Boy, you really don't hear about that as a buzz, though. You know?
Yeah, you don't hear about that as much as being a holiday movie.
So here's another movie that's like, to me, in conjecture, is the first Lethal Weapon movie. Takes place during Christmas. We're gonna watch it.
I never saw it, but I guess I'm going to now.
I'm gonna watch 1 and 2. But 1 is really good movie. And I say it's a Christmas movie because there's Christmas time in L.A. or wherever they're at. You know?
Futurama is good.
Oh,
I guess they have a Christmas special.
That's your show. Have
I don't remember if I saw the Futurama
let's
Christmas
look that one
I've
up.
seen a lot of episodes of Futurama in the past.
Does South Park have any Christmas specials?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Hanky?
Mr. Hanky! Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me, I love you.
Spot, stain, spot. When I first saw that.
I loved that.
That was in the early 2000s.
That came out, and it was like.
I thought I was losing my mind.
Oh my God! I was like.
I'm like, how are they doing this?
I was crying, laughing when that first came out.
Are the same people that put out?
Oh, it was so funny.
Faces of Death put this out because it
it's
seems so underground. Like there's no, but it's on Comedy Central. Like what?
The poo stains were done with pudding, says Thea.
Whatever.
Yeah, I love the South Park Christmas specials.
Those guys had that rare ability.
Oh my gosh.
That's a very rare ability to be able to make people. Like, go, what, WTF? It's not that's not as easy as you think it is. And consistently they do it.
So let's go back to stuff that's a little less crass. Dolly Parton Christmas movie, says Bobby.
We have that.
Which one?
I got to dig it up. There's a Christmas movie
she did a couple of
from
them,
the late 80s.
And then there's a new one that's supposed to be out on TV that she's doing.
I think they might be referring to the old school
Another Dolly Parton
I know I have it. I found it on a videotape.
She's in her 70s and she's still making movies and
Dolly's
playing music.
She's a doll.
And she still looks great.
She is the quintessential nice person.
Yeah.
I think she's as genuine as she seems.
She is a national treasure.
Yes.
She is.
Love us some Dolly.
We love Dolly. So in the 80s, I think they put out a bunch of there were like Muppets, like Muppet Christmas Carol. Oh, that might have been 90s. The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Early 90s.
That's a really cute
John
movie.
Denver. Yes.
Yes.
We watched it last year.
And then there was another Muppet one where Miss Piggy was in a snowstorm and she had to like get to the Christmas party to be with Kermit and the gang. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember seeing it on TV.
Don't people eat ham on Christmas?
Well,
I know Kermit does.
You wouldn't.
I'm surprised you gave me the high five.
Oh man. Okay.
Hello there.
Anyways, the South Park episode with the killer Christmas critters is great. Ooh, I forgot about that.
Let's look up some South Park for Christmas.
Yeah, we have to dig those up.
Ooh, it's going to be a fun Christmas.
Wiki Bobby says Smoky Mountain Christmas it was called.
That's the Dolly. I have that. It's old.
Yeah, that's an older one.
I have that. I found it on
cute.
I found it on a video
really
cassette.
cute.
I think it might have commercials and everything from the late 80s or early. I think it's late 80s. I have it from.
Yeah.
I do have that. Yes. There was another Christmas, a Hobo's Christmas.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's like, a made-for-TV movie.
Okay.
Gosh, now you got me thinking of Christmas stuff.
Let's see. Can you show? Michael is asking. Can you show Frankenhooker about a mad scientist that combined? We know. We know that movie. We wish we could play it.
It's way too popular.
It's way too popular, and it probably wouldn't. Even if we could play it, I don't know if we could play it on YouTube.
No. We could barely play Zontar the Thing from Venus on YouTube, let alone something that's well-known like Frankenhooker.
Yeah, that is a good movie. Not Christmas, though. Not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but still, on topic for our show as far as it being our show. But yeah, we would love to. I mean, if you know the person that would let us do it, then let us know. But probably not.
Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are great, says Jennifer. Yeah, I liked those movies. Those were cute.
Okay.
What?
The first Home Alone was good. It was brilliant, okay, for what it was. And it's like, it put parents on the spot because these parents were so involved with getting out of town. They forgot their DD kid.
It's a big family. I guess they were planning some big trip to Paris or something. I forget their kid.
Unbelievable. I mean,
That's like, wow.
Yeah, it really still to this day, it resonates, right? I mean, it's a really effed up thing to have happen. Where's Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin's at home.
They
he's
forgot
happy,
their kid.
but he's like a pig and you know what.
And he's like, hey, I'm home. I can party. I'm home alone.
But then these goofy robbers come
Then
in.
the robbers show up.
But then he gets to get crafty and he like F's them all
it's
up.
so fun.
The only issue, and the first one, again, it's a John Hughes, he's the Breakfast Club guy. It's good stuff. You can't say no to that. It's a brilliant idea because it's so messed up. How do we get this kid alone? He's got some snobby parents who just like got way too many kids, and they're trying to go somewhere and they forget one.
Yeah.
Still to this day is a pretty effed up premise, right?
Well.
Yeah.
But then there's.
I love it. But he's on his own, and he has that. It was a perfect storm of a movie, right? It's like perfect.
Yeah.
But the second one got way too wacky, I thought.
Let's see.
I didn't really care for it.
Late Late Horror Show is joining us.
Oh.
Hey there, Dino. Franklin Hooker is awesome. He says Full Moon Entertainment.
Yes, and we can't show that.
We
stuff.
can't show that.
We would love to, but not right now.
We would love to, but we can't.
Maybe someday we'll be.
Unless if we had a budget to pay royalties to Full Moon.
We'll work on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need more super chats for that. Lots more super chats.
Greg, off topic. Are you going to show Metropolis when it goes to public domain in the new year? Yes.
Of course.
I'm sure we will.
We'll figure something out with that.
Yes.
I would love to show Metropolis.
Metropolis is an amazing film, and yes, it goes into the public domain on New Year's Day.
And somehow Superman will be involved. I don't know how. Right? He's from Metropolis. Think about.
Not that Metropolis.
Think about it.
Yeah. It may have inspired. Yeah. Well, Metropolis is just a generic name of a
For
big
a city. I know.
And technically, Superman was supposed to be from Cleveland. They just called it Metropolis.
Oh.
And the creators were from Cleveland.
Yes, I know that. Simon and Schuster.
There is a Superman like a little Superman tribute at the airport.
At the airport, yeah. So it the other day.
Okay, so back to Christmas movies.
Yes, specials, movies that are like popular.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, says Tim.
That
did that take place around Christmas?
Thanksgiving, I thought. A lot of people watch it during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I thought that was Thanksgiving.
The travel holiday.
Yeah, because that's a big travel holiday.
Again,
I mean,
sorry.
Christmas is too, but I think Thanksgiving is more so.
Another confession. I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's a wonderful movie.
I haven't seen it.
But I haven't seen it in a really long time.
I know the pillows thing. Those aren't pillows. I know that. But I love Steve Martin. I've seen a lot of his stuff, but I haven't seen that yet, so I'm sorry. Working on it. It's right up there. Right after I see Top Gun and It's a Wonderful Life, I'll watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Sorry.
James Muscarella, this is off topic again, but he's asking about the Fanny Awards. We haven't done anything with the Fanny Awards recently, James. Life happens sometimes.
I'm getting sued about it. No, I'm kidding.
And we'll try to do something in the future for maybe...
2023 is the year for the fannies.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just do that as a once-a-year thing instead of trying to do it twice a
I
year.
bit off more than I could chew at that.
Yeah, sometimes we have these big ambitions and...
But timing is everything.
How about a farty award, says Portal.
Okay, why not? I would win that every time.
Okay, Christmas specials. Let's see.
You've seen there's like a lot of stuff going on, will you?
Well, no, I was just reading the comments. Oh, Michael Walker, thank you for the $5 super chat.
You get a Barba Papa.
Christmas with the Cranks, says John Lincoln.
Cranks.
The Cranks. Was that a cartoon?
I know that one. What was that? Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to... I know, like crickets now. It seems like every sitcom came out with like their own Christmas special too. Like Married with Children.
Oh, with Sam Kinison. That's a great one.
Yeah, he's in that one.
He's like the angel.
Yes.
Who helps I think Al Bundy gets electrocuted or something, putting up Christmas lights.
Yes, because he's trying. Yep.
And then Sam Kinison, who was a comedian, who was a part of a bunch of other comedians in the early 90s who are very irreverent, like Andrew Dice Clay, who a lot of people listen to now go, they're disgusting. Yes, that was the point. They were there to shock people. They were shock comedians.
Well, it's all
that wasn't what they really believed. It was just all shock material.
It's all a matter of context.
It was a shock material. Well, the context was
how the person actually...
This was like...
We won't get into that.
No,
anyway.
But I will explain to you really quick that this was like right when the political correctness was... That term was created. And there were a bunch of comedians going, screw that, because they came off of Red Fox, Richard Pryor, who were not politically
I do
correct.
like Richard Pryor.
Well, they were not, but they were far from politically correct.
It's separate. It's comedy.
Yes.
It's adult
Lenny
comedy.
Bruce, even going way further back.
Yes.
They're all the comics, not not politicians, comics.
Well, we're not talking about that.
I know,
Grim.
but
we're just talking about Christmas stuff.
Yeah, but I'm referring
Okay.
to what the Sam Kinison issue.
Okay.
Right? Like what that was all about. And a lot of people, didn't get it, but that's why they chose him, because Al Bundy that character was very, the show Married with Children was not politically correct. That's why it was popular.
Well, I don't like that term and labels on things. It was just edgy. It was an edgy show for its time.
But a lot of people were turning away from the edgy stuff.
Well, here's the thing. Now you've got the show Shameless, and that's 20 times worse than Married with Children.
And 100 times
and
worse.
And that show was made in your labeling a politically correct world.
Well, and that's why it was interesting, because I didn't come up with that.
Yes, but I just don't.
But that's what people were saying.
Anyways,
that it's not PC.
Christmas stuff, holiday stuff.
Yeah.
Let's not get on this soapbox tangent thing.
I'm not. I'm just explaining the whole Sam Kinison era, like why that was a big thing.
Okay.
And why,
And that show was just edgy in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was not
and
PC.
it had it was like kind of lewd.
It was not a PC show.
Yeah.
And that's why it was popular.
Okay, let's see. Sanford and Son did a Christmas Carol episode. Flintstones, yes, the Flintstones Christmas special.
Yep, I remember that one.
Simpsons, yes. So they had the Christmas special where they had the dog Santa's Little Helper. They were trying to get money to take Santa's Little Helper to the vet.
Did they do anything like they did with their haunted? What was that?
The Treehouse of Horror.
Treehouse of Horror. But they didn't do a Christmas version of that, did they?
Not really.
Simpsons?
I mean, they would do Christmas specials, but the Treehouse of Horror seemed to be like more popular. Like their Halloween specials seemed to be
way more popular.
And they even
did like little vignettes.
There was even like a separate DVD for the Halloween stuff.
Right. No, it would be a vignetted show where there's different weird takes on the Simpson universe, and what happened in Halloween. Yeah. That was always good. I didn't know they did a Christmas version of that, but they probably didn't.
No, well, they had some Christmas specials, but it wasn't as prominent as, it wasn't like, it's the Simpsons Christmas tree, whatever,
Oh, okay.
They just would make some Christmas specials. But yeah, I remember the Halloween one standing out more.
Of course, yeah.
But I remember they got the dog, it was an early episode, and it was around Christmas time, and they got the dog, and the dog's name was Santa's Little Helper.
Right.
And and the dog was sick, and they were trying to get money to take the dog to the vet.
No one brought the Grinch up.
So there was a Grinch comment earlier.
A mean one. Boris Karloff did the narration for the first Grinch movie.
Yeah.
Mr. Grinch.
Wonderful voice.
You're a greasy. I love it. It's great. That cartoon I like a lot too.
Yeah.
The Smurfs had a good Christmas special that we have somewhere on tape.
That I may have seen many years ago.
A lot of course, Disney stuff. I mean, Mickey Mouse.
Jefferson's visit the bunkers on Christmas Day, says Portal. Oh, that'd be fun to look up.
Ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Such good stuff.
Yeah, those are great shows. Tony the Tiger sang the Grinch song.
Wait. Yeah, probably.
The voice of Tony the Tiger.
Not Boris Karloff. No, Boris Karloff narrated the special.
He narrated it.
That's the mean one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deeper. That's definitely the Tony Tiger. I can see that.
Dweezil Zappa did a version of the Grinch song, says Greg.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
I'd love to hear that. Love Dweezil. Love the Zappas.
Michael says, I want to put the Mummy and the Monkey on a pirate UHF channel so you can play anything you want.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Bring it on.
Only if you take full responsibility for that.
So you got a Weird Al UHF style. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think stuff okay, so.
Has Santa Claus is coming to town been mentioned yet? Winter Warlock Rock.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the Rankin-Bass, but not that particular. Yeah, but I mentioned Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Now that one, which is the Kris Kringle one, is that Santa? I think that's Santa Claus coming to town, right? They show the younger Kris Kringle. I'm pretty sure that's the same one. The he's the ginger kid,
Oh.
Thin, svelte, what's up, ladies? And he had that.
Oh yeah, he was like young Santa.
And Mrs. Kringle was hot too. She had red hair.
So they were both cute when they were younger.
Man, God, I don't care what you say. There was something about those puppets that was just so cool. You know what I mean? That every kid
And the
was like drawn into the
Yeah, just the way it was animated, and it just had such a nice charm to it. The art style.
Yeah, your parents would watch it with you. It was just like a great time to be a kid. But all that stuff resonated. Yeah, I have the Winter Warlock was really, but he turned out to be not a bad guy.
Oh, Connie says, does anyone like Bowie and Crosby, Little Drummer
Oh
Boy?
no.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
What a weird
I love
combo.
David Bowie, and it is such an interesting combination that they did that song together.
Yes, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a very, another surreal moment in music history.
Right.
When those two they do the row your boat,
Yeah.
They do the whatever that's called,
a duet or whatever you want to call it.
It's not much of a duet. Like they're singing two different songs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the terminology.
I think one's singing Silent Night, one's singing.
I'm not a music professional.
Yeah. No, they're singing two different songs.
Yes, I know, honey.
Like row your boat.
I know, Grim.
Who's honey?
I don't know. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Oh yeah, and people were mentioning Frosty the Snowman.
Now let me talk about that one.
Frosty the Snowman is adorable. Very
Let me talk
adorable.
about Frosty. That's animated, not a puppet thing.
Yes, animated.
So, Frosty the Snowman. I loved it as a kid, but I was always confused it threw me off when he would go, "Happy birthday!" I'm like, to me, because a birthday was a different holiday than a Christmas. It was just always weird to me. I don't know. It's just probably a Grimm thing. I don't know. But it was always weird to me when he was instead of saying Merry Christmas, because I thought Merry Christmas. And I got something else to say too about Christmas stuff in the 70s and 80s. It always threw me off. It might have just been me. Probably just me. I get it. That's fine.
Yes.
But here's something else I used to hate, and now I understand it as an adult, whatever that means. You'd be sitting in your house as a little kid, right? In the 70s and 80s. And Thanksgiving would pass by, right? And then a week after Thanksgiving, in November, maybe in the beginning of December.
What?
Not on Charlie Brown Christmas special, December 3rd or November 27th.
Oh, so they would play it early.
Like, what's this? What? Not on Christmas Eve or day? No.
Well, it's just whatever.
But as a kid, you think Christmas is the day of Christmas. And you're seeing all these specials.
Well, they would start it all early.
I'm just telling you.
And now they start that stuff earlier.
I'm just telling you how, whatever my brain processed.
I mean, they play Hallmark Christmas movies year-round.
In July, I know.
In July now.
I understand
Yeah,
that. Right, but children don't understand all that.
So that's where your mind was when you were a young
Maybe
age.
now they're more exposed to the frequency of stuff.
Yeah.
And the commercialization. Linus, thank you for the forewarning of that years and years ago. But yeah, I'm just telling you as my personal experiences. I always thought it was like, but so what am I going to watch? They never showed that on Christmas.
Well, what did they play on Christmas?
Nothing. I can crack open some TV guides and show you what they played.
Oh, come on. They probably played something else.
There was like the singing angels. They had like choirs and stuff like that on Christmas Day. Like the PBS and the UHF stations used to show like hours of people singing in choirs.
Okay.
But no Rudolph on that day. Or Christmas Eve. No.
All right.
It was always weeks before. That used to make me angry as a kid. Because on Christmas Day, we didn't have...
Wow. Now we know. Grimm had all this pent-up anger.
Not pent-up anger.
Christmas special.
Not anger.
I'm joking.
That's not the label I want.
I'm joking.
I thought I was disappointed because on Christmas Day, because we didn't have...
I'm picturing a young Grimm being very upset that they did not play the special on the exact day he wanted.
There were no Blockbuster videos back then. There were
before all that.
So process it in the context that it is. Like now, it would be silly for a kid to be upset about that because, hey, guess what, idiot? I have the DVD. We could pop it in I could put it on a repeat. You can watch the same program all day on Christmas Day. But as a kid, that's why I said that earlier.
And now everything's on demand, and you can watch whenever. But
in the 70s, like I said before, in the 70s and the 80s, maybe in the mid 80s, early to mid 80s, you could have a Betamax or a VHS, and maybe you could have taped this program and watch it ad nauseum. But you were sort of subject to whenever they showed it.
Yeah.
And the networks would only show that stuff weeks before the actual holiday. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And I was disappointed as a kid to not be able to see that Not until the mid to late 80s when we could tape it and watch it when we want to.
Okay.
But as a wee ape in the 70s.
The struggles of being a kid in the 70s.
Yeah, it wasn't on the night, right? I mean, does anyone know what I'm talking about? I mean, am I the only one out there that grew up at that?
Maybe they didn't
care that much.
I mean, that was like, that's very detailed. That's
Yes.
a very detailed memory.
And that's what we're talking about,
Yeah.
right? Our memories, right?
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
Right.
I felt robbed that 2 weeks before Christmas.
Albert says, I get it, Grim.
The Christmas stories were just over.
Aw.
And I was so sad.
It's okay. And now you can watch stuff
But
whenever.
I got over it. I prevailed.
Yeah.
I'm a survivor.
Ernest Saves Christmas is still a classic to me,
Oh.
says Jack. Oh, Ernest is great.
The Ernest stuff, Ernest P. Worrell, all good
That's
stuff.
such a fun character.
Jim Varney was a comic genius.
Oh, so fun and goofy.
Ernest,
Yeah.
He was like the U.S. Mr. Bean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, loved it.
I bet him and Mr. Bean could have been good friends.
That would have been a good. Well, you know what?
Did they ever do a crossover?
They could now. If you believe in AI and CGI, it could happen.
All right, gang. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. I am a tired little ghoul now, and I would be even more tired if we did this an hour later.
Oh my gosh, forget about it, right?
Yeah.
Is it midnight already?
It's 12:15.
Perfect.
I think we've been on over an hour.
We did 3 hours of a show tonight.
Yeah, over 3 hours.
A little bit.
Of entertaining and
about
hanging out and
15 minutes over.
chatting with you.
But always good. And
Great conversation, though. Great topics. Great comments you guys are putting out there.
Yeah.
Grim got to share some memories from long ago.
They open up old wounds.
Yeah.
Damn this show. No, I'm kidding.
We got to talk about the edgier shows like South Park and Married with Children.
Yes.
All that stuff.
But all that's available to you out there in some way, shape, or form in the media, whether it's streaming or physical. So go find it. There's no excuses. You got eBay, you got Amazon, you got all these other places to buy
there's
stuff.
so many possibilities. And we'll be back next week with a more fun show.
Whee!
And we'll announce the movie in the near future.
Yes,
But,
it's a good one.
Thank you guys. Good night. Good fright. Mwah. Stay safe out there.
Double high sign.
Bye-bye.